We are always learning. I am never going to pretend that we know this room will be the best it can be, but for the first time I've done it, I'm really excited. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best room I've ever built. And we built some great rooms, and I know this will be the best room we've ever built. There's two reasons for the facility, and the first reason is to showcase what we do, because we don't just do projector installations and electronics, we do full builds. So we take an empty room and we build the whole thing. So we do the build and the construction of the room. We'll do the full electrics, we do the heating, we do the carpeting, we do absolutely everything. Door fitting, we do unit installations if it's a little kitchenette area, things like that. We do everything basically. That's the first primary reason for this, is to build something to show potential customers what we can do and the standard and the quality. At the moment, it's a bit unfinished, but also it's going to have all of the materials that we use. It's going to be like a little design studio. So all of the wall paneling, fabrics, seating fabrics, or everything that we can offer from a room, in a room. The second purpose of this demo facility is really kind of a personal thing, but also hopefully to share with everybody else. And that is so we can start testing gear. We can benchmark stuff. We're going to have different projectors, different TV screens, processors, amplifiers, also smart pieces of equipment. So CCTV, intercoms, alarms, everything we're going to have in here in use, testing, comparing, and making our own decisions. And we're going to invite anybody to come along, to come in and experience all of the systems themselves. Not for us to sell them the system, but just come if they want to know what a unified camera is like, then come here, you can see it. We can show you it working, we show how good they are, you can compare it to what you know, and you can make a judgment call whether it's worth for you. So that's the two reasons. This is my kitchen. So this is just a kitchen. This is obviously from the point of view of coffees and things like that. That's what it's going to be. But this wall here, which is completely not finished yet, is going to have the range of light switches, panels, touchscreens, CCTV. It's going to have basically loads of electronics on here, just as kind of to show all the ranges from Control 4 and Lutron and etc. on this wall. We're also going to have a little outdoor Sonance patio audio system here as well, which we can show people. Garden audio. We're indoors, but the whole idea is we can actually take this away as well, take it to customers' homes, put it in their garden so they can actually experience the sound. But we're going to have that here as well. This is going to be then moving through. Here's going to be our little media room. So we're having up to 100-inch OLED TV initially. So there's going to be an LG in here with a 2.2 system, some movie seats, and fabric walls and a bit of acoustic. We're going to have some Art Novi in this area as well, just to help with the room acoustics. And then this area here is going to be our fabric and sample area. So we're going to have all of the fabrics from all of the suppliers, seating, wall fabrics, and also paneling we do as well. We're going to have it all on display here with all the samples, so we can show everybody all of the samples so they can get their hands on it all and touch and feel it. Rather than historically, we've shown them little samples and shown them designs, we can actually physically show them materials. And then this is this is our great temporary door handle. I spent a huge amount of time sort of researching and looking at what I can do regarding the structure of the room, including the door. Long story short, we decided to build our own. So this is a multi-layer door. It's very heavy. It's basically a two-man lift. It's got 4 hinges on it. Basically, it's been engineered accurately. So we have a seal in here, and this is going to be like this is like a airtight seal in here. And we're going to have the same seal run across the floor as well for a threshold. I'm turning it to the right one. With our temporary 110 volt lights on. And as you walk in, you'll see there's an outer wall, which is really representative of your or the client's existing wall in their home. So that's like supposed to be the outside wall. And then this is the decoupled inner room. So we have a 70mm gap here, which is then isolated by a rubber membrane, acoustic rubber membrane on the floor. So the whole inner structure is decoupled from the outer structure completely, including the ceiling. We've left the panel out here so you can see there's a 70mm gap at the top as well. Actually, I think it's 50mm gap at the top and 70mm on the walls. And this internal structure is decoupled. We're then going to put 11mm acoustic ply on the inside, and then we're adding what are called genie clips, which decouple again the internal plasterboard from that wall. The whole idea of this is basically to manage the noise floor in the room, to make it as quiet as possible, so we can then manage or know that the acoustics in the room is what we want. There's not any external interference. It's also bass control, etc, etc. But we're also, once this room's finished structurally, we're then using Art Novian room treatment in the room. The room has been modelled by Art Novian, and we're using their exact design, and we're using their products to treat this room for all the other frequencies we need to think about as well, the high frequency and mid-range frequencies. We've got single row seats going in by Movia again. This is the Dallas range with a king seat in the centre, and we have a Screen Research 2:1 format screen on the front wall. There is our base layer is 7 speakers, 3 M&K 300s front, and then surround and rears are M&K 300 on walls. We have 4 high level Atmos in the room, and then there's a JVC NZ 700 going into the room kind of behind, and we have a porthole glass going on the front of this so we can keep the noise from the projector out of the room. The acoustic material is going down on the floor, which is a 10mm product which we have here. That goes down, and that has a gap to the side wall, about 10 to 15mm. Then on top of that, we've got 2 layers of 18mm ply, which are crossed over. First layer goes down, second layer crosses over perpendicular, and it's just bonded together. There's no mechanical connection, as in screws, etc., to the floor, so it's kind of a floating floor on the rubber membrane. We followed RP22 as a guide, as a guideline or best practice, and then we've also kind of, this is where it gets a little kind of, we're not, our background is not acoustic engineering, so we've been on a huge kind of crash course in the last 12 months in educating ourselves with the knowledge of people who are specialists, and we've taken a lot of their knowledge and advice and we've added it into this room. So it's a bit of a mixture, and we are always learning. I am never going to pretend that we know this room will be the best it can be, but for the first time I've done it, I'm really excited. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best room I've ever built, and we built some great rooms, and I know this will be the best room we've ever built. So we are budgeting this room when we will share the cost of it. So this room, I have to remove the external walls, because obviously if you have a garage, you'll convert a garage, for example, you already have the externals. We've had to construct those as well. So I would say to kit the room ready to a high RP22 level, CEDIA sort of guideline level, you need to budget at about 25k just for the room, internal room floating and constructed design. That includes all the design work, all the acoustic analysis, all of the installation of the room itself, the construction, the floating floor, to get the room ready for equipment. I would say you need to budget about 25. Then you need to start looking at equipment on top of that, and then that's where you can spend anything between 40, 50 and 100,000. But this room for us is going to be over 6 figures. We've got a day job as well. So as well as doing this, we're also building cinemas for clients. So this has taken us 3 months probably. I would say though there's 2 to 3 weeks solid work has gone into this so far. So this is about adding this these materials in to improve our RT value. So before they've calculated that our RT value with 0.75, 0.95, 0.93 and 0.84 across the low to high and the bass is about 0.76. After, they're looking at basically 0.56, 0.38, 0.28, 0.3, and the bass ratio 1.63, which is high enough, which is good. So that's what we're looking to achieve. We're looking to achieve those kind of levels of RT. That's the model that we're using, but I've got to add the render colours in.